Alright, so you guys know PR7's out as of right now, and I'm currently working on my Russian cat. I already have the fleet set up as of yesterday, all 125 or 120 ships because all mine are maxed out. So I'll be working with this one until I finish it. Probably take like 3-4 hours or so. It shouldn't be too long because I'm on double EXP. It's gonna be fun. But working on Russian cat right now. It's really good season. Alright, anyways though, today we'll be giving the initial rundown, what I see from first impressions on these PR ships. There's 5 of them. We'll go through every of them each video, and it's gonna be great. So the first one we're gonna start off with is gonna be Admiral Nakhimov. So these are Dev 30 stats right here that I'm gonna be talking with. So at 125 max developer 30, we have 9,381 health. I think these are accurate. These are data mines because I don't see anything on the wiki as right now, so we're going by data mine information. So that's all I have to work with. 0 firepower and torpedo, 303 anti-air, 468 on the aviation. That's on the higher side right there. That's actually really high. 130 on reload. That's like slightly faster than the IJN carriers, so that's actually pretty good. 110 on the accuracy, 45 evasion, 31 speed, and then 0 on the other stuff. So from what I see so far, pretty high on the reload, a little bit faster than the IJN cats, so that's actually really good. IJN cats, IJN foxes. 468 aviation is pretty average. I think it's on a little bit on the higher end, but it's actually pretty good, so we'll run with that stuff. Now these developer stats right here, we have at Dev 5, Torpedo Bomber, Voice Line, Secretary, all that jazz. Nothing crazy here. Dev 10, nothing crazy as well either. 4-star, more efficiencies. 15, we have more HP, anti-air, fighter +1. And developer 20, 5-star, hangar +1, fighter efficiency +10. 25, we have HP, anti-air, torpedo, all planes +1. That's actually really good. This is really good right here. And then Dev 30, what we get here? 6-star, siren killer, all planes efficiency +5%. DB can equipped in any plane slot. That's actually pretty universal, so I'm not gonna lie. So plane load actually has 140% across the board, 444 on everything. All right. So we have double fighters, 1 dive bomber, and double torpedo bomber slot. This gives her a lot of versatility in terms of builds. I think this is very similar to Implacable's build, which is very good. This is like the best bossing sub you can have for a carrier. Double fighters, double torpedo bombers, and 1 dive bomber slot. Very versatile. I like it a lot. Now for skills, what we have here is +15 aviation, self buff, accuracy, 20% crit rate. Alright, now we got some crit going on with carriers. I like that. When launching an airstrike, launches additional level 10 aerial barrage, probably based on skills level, to all enemies on the field after 1.5 seconds. Applies a shock, which slows them for 5 seconds. Alright, so that's like a little bit of a slow for enemies, so it's not bad. It basically makes it so she's guaranteed to slow something, so that's actually really good. And the second skill here is, when this ship launches an airstrike, reduce an enemy's anti-air evasion by 5%. Alright. Makes the enemy take 5% more damage for 6 seconds. Okay, we got a little debuff going on. Prioritize elite enemies, so bosses and stuff. Alright, pretty good. Enemies slowed by other Northern Parliament ship skills are additionally afflicted by flawed for the rest of the fight. If it is flawed, enemy has shock applied to them. Their speed is set to 0 for 2.5 seconds. Self 40% crit damage right here to flawed enemies. That's a lot. Like crit damage. I think this is the first time we got like a crit damage modifier added onto a ship since like FDG. So it's been quite some time now, I think. That's a lot. So you pretty much want to run a Russian ship with this. Now the problem here is that I'm not sure who can slow aside from like say Soyuz. I think Soyuz is probably like the best ship you could probably bring to like a meta setup while slowing it down. Because it has to be Northern Parliament and it has to be a slow, right? So let me look here. I think Soyuz can slow. Does Kronstadt have one either? I don't think Kronstadt had one. If Kronstadt had a slow, it'd actually be pretty good. Okay, Kronstadt does have a slow, but it's for the other fleet, not for the fleet that she's in, which is kind of... that's so bad. I think they could have made Kronstadt very good if they had that working, but it's only for the other fleet. Oh, man. Alright, so let's look at Vanguards. I don't think any other Vanguards right now is slow. That's like pretty viable for meta, I guess. Let's see here. Like Kursk, I want to run Kursk. Kubyshev, I want to work, or Voroshilov, I probably wouldn't either. It's pretty much just Soyuz. So you have to pair it with Soyuz, and since Soyuz buffs carriers, you run something like Chikalev, Admiral Nakhimov, and Soyuz. That's a solid one. Or you can kick out Chikalev and run Volga. That's also something that can work as well too. But from what I see here, you pretty much have to run a Russian setup to get usage out of this, mainly just the back line, because if you don't run a Russian slower or whatever, then you don't get the 40% crit damage, and that's actually a lot. Like, that's huge actually. I don't know what her damage would be without the crit damage. Probably be like alright, but the crit damage is what makes her very, very good. So you kind of want to run her with Soyuz, unfortunately. If you guys want to run her on other fleets, probably got to reconsider that. Now her third skill is going to be anti-air evasion, 15%. Detection regenerates 2 points more per second for 5 seconds. Okay, so just a regen for stealth. When her HP dips below 40%, resets detection bar. Okay, that's actually pretty good, not bad. And then 15% damage to more sirens. So she's actually really good. Like, she has the necessary stuff you have for carrier these days, just like slow, self buff, barrages, all that stuff. Her big takeaway here is you want to run her with the Northern Parliament ship to get value out of this right here. The 40% crit damage is actually really massive. Now, carriers don't have much crit to begin with, so you're kind of gambling with that 20% crit rate that she has. But if you do crit, it's going to do a lot of damage. Like this ship right here is going to do crazy amounts of damage because she has bossing potential with double fighter slots and double torpedo bomber slots. Again, you have to run her with Soyuz. Honestly, if you do something like medium armor content, Soyuz, Admiral Nakhimov, and like some kind of flex ship like, I don't know, Implacable, that could be really, really good because not only is the enemy taking reduced aviation, or not aviation, anti-air evasion from both Implacable and Admiral Nakhimov, you also got a 40% crit damage, which makes her really, really high on DPS scaling right here. So I would probably say that Soyuz and Nakhimov would probably be the medium armor competitor for Yorktown 2 and Kearsarge. Now, she's really good on heavy armor as well too, with the double torpedo bomber slots. But the new fighter, which we talked about in another video, is really, really good. So you kind of want to run her in a medium armor setup because you just get so much value from her kit right here. I'm gonna use a marker right here or whatever to make it more legible for you guys to see. This right here is disgusting. Like 140, 140, 140, 333 is so good. But yeah, her kit is really good. Crit damage being the big thing here. This is really powerful. Aside from that though, I think her kit is really solid, very, very good across the board. But you want to run her with Soyuz until they add more Russian ship in the game that lets her give more versatility and more flexible slots. You want to run her with Soyuz. And if you run her with Soyuz, you only have 2 carrier setup, which is okay. But if you want to run a 3 carrier setup, you can't do that because you do need that slow. Because Chikalev and Volga do not slow. So you gotta run Soyuz. But yeah, I think her kit is really good. Definitely a very strong showing as a first impression. I'll come back in 3 months to give you guys a proper review of this ship. But for now, from what I see from her kit and what we have from this season in terms of gear, very, very powerful ship. So yeah. Anyways, give me your thoughts. Tomorrow we talk about Napoli. So yeah, enjoy the video, guys. See you guys in the next one.